Hey guys, so we're back with our stocks by request session, and as you all know, we tally the top stocks that you guys would send as requests via my social media platforms in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and also my website marvingurbo.com. And it's been very consistent. Jollibee is still one of the top most requested stocks that you guys have been sending out. So if you're new to this is just me analyzing the stocks that you are sending my way that you guys want me to request as well. So part of the video, we're going to analyze the chart, what the chart is saying, short, mid, and long term as well. But I got a lot of questions also in line or in light with what's happening to Jollibee, the recent disclosures, and how does this coronavirus pandemic impact Jollibee? Please do remember that Jollibee is not just a local company anymore. Jollibee is a local company with multinational operations, and this illness is something that's not just hitting economies in the Philippines or Southeast Asia. It's hitting economies around the world. And one thing that I want to zero in as well is that one of the first hit was China, and China is one of their biggest markets. And now the biggest hit right now is the United States, where Jollibee has hundreds of stores there that's been positioned. So we're gonna talk about the impact of that as well. So if you're new to this channel, super appreciate it if you could subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about trading, about the stock market, all with one goal in mind. I just really want you guys to reach for your dreams of financial freedom because it's possible, it can be done, and you can use the stock market also to help you. That it's not as hard as what everyone else thinks it is. So before I continue, no, I want to zero in on the closing price of Jollibee last week. Please remember we had a very shortened trading week because of the Holy Week. We closed Wednesday. Jollibee closed with a very bullish candle at around 120 pesos per share. So it has not it has not gone above the 109 level since March 19. I'm going to talk about support and resistance aspect of that later. But let me talk about the news first. Number one, uh, Jollibee is slashing its capex for 2020 to 2021. They're removing 9 billion of their capital expenditures. It used to be from 14 billion, it's now dropping to around 5 billion pesos. One of the biggest reasons for it is number one, operational constraints. As you all know that because of what's happening in the coronavirus uh, lockdown, we have we have a lot of we have mobility that's not there, mobility that used to be there because of the checkpoints, because of people not reporting to work, because of social distancing. It's hampering a lot of businesses. And second, because of the lockdown as well, there's we don't know how big the demand will be over the next few months because of this as well. Please remember that a big chunk of their stores because of the coronavirus is also closed as well. So it's just a prudent move, no? So people are asking, is this something that's good or bad? I believe that this is a move for them also to preserve cash. This is a move for them that instead of growing fast, and they had their projections that if everything else goes well, this is how many stores we will build, and this is how much the demand that we will have, assuming that the economy grows by this level. But because of uncertain times, because we're not sure even if the economy will grow as well, because all of those are uncertain right now, this is just a prudent step for them in order to preserve cash and in order that it doesn't make sense to open a lot of stores, and because there's no demand out there, they're not gonna make money off of it as well. So this is just a good entrepreneurial move for them. And I've said this in different videos that the goal of companies right now, really, everyone will take a hit, but a lot of them are not thinking about profitability at this time. They're thinking about liquidity, because for those who have enough cash, for those who have a stockpile of cash, they will always win. So a mark of a great company is in times of crisis, they know how to reduce operating costs, and that's what Jollibee is doing. I'm not saying that they're not gonna have a hit in their bottom line. They will, because when your sales, your top line is hit, of course, no matter how much you uh, try to save money, try to reduce your operational costs, your bottom line will still shrink. So that's one. Uh, Majority of Jollibee's earnings right now is pretty much driven by takeout and drive through. So please remember, they're not like other companies where there's zero, they have zero sales. They Great companies know how to pivot, and I really believe Jollibee is an amazing company. Jollibee is a great company. It's just that Smashburger has been dragging them down. But if they're resilient enough, if they're entrepreneurial enough, they will get out from this. And if you've noticed it, I've posted this in Facebook that they're selling also inventory. They're selling frozen chicken, frozen spaghetti. It's a way for them uh, to move inventory that instead na mabulok siya, they have a chance to actually sell them, and they have actually a chance to make money off of them as well. So that's a very, very good move for Jollibee. And here's what I think. If this continues to drag on, and I don't know how this will go, no, how people can dine in restaurants if social distancing will be a norm and people can't really stand close to each other. People can't line to within each other. This will be a new revenue stream for Jollibee. I don't know if they're just doing this just because they want to reduce inventory, or they're doing this already as part of their new sales funnel, I guess, in all of this. But if there's one thing that's true, is that they're making money from takeout and drive-through. And just to give you some numbers, Jollibee's delivery business in 2019 grew by 3% in the start of 2019. But for 2020, because of all of this, because everyone doesn't want to go out, and because of the limitations of the lockdown, uh, system-wide sales, no, from the delivery business has grown from 5% already. And during the quarantine period, here's what's so interesting about it. Same store sales coming from delivery is up 50%. So it just shows you that there's still room for them to make money. We don't know how big of it will be, because you have to also remember that, number one, drivers may be limited, their mobility may be limited. Also, not a lot of drivers also may not be reporting for work, and not a lot of their stores also would be open as well. And since everyone is at home, and a lot of people are trying to also save money, some of them may a lot of them may be cooking at home so that they don't spend a lot. But I believe that there will be people still, there will be a chunk of the population that at least want to treat themselves, or at least want to have a sense of normalcy, or at least there will be a point that sawa na sila sa delata, or sawa na sila sa home cooking, that they will also have to order Jollibee as well. And that will be a driver for them over the next few weeks, over the next few months, up until we see something change, no? So something like that. So now let's move to China and the US. I mentioned that a large chunk also of their stores, of their sales, come from China and the US. And please also remember this, that the goal of Jollibee, that's why they're in the US, in China, in Vietnam, and in other countries, is that their goal is that they want to be one of the biggest fast food chains in the world. And also their goal is also 50% of their earnings will come from abroad. And part of that also is taking risks. And that's what I admire about them. A mark of a great entrepreneur is they're willing to take risks. And to some people, they think that the risks that Jollibee are taking is not something that's warranted. But to entrepreneurs, to real entrepreneurs, they take calculated risks that everyone around the world would think that it's not well, but they're not stupid people, that they won't do things that they have not thought about. And I really believe that the entrepreneurs in Jollibee, the leadership of Jollibee is smarter still than 90+% of the population. That being said, let's go to China. China, February 10, they had 342 stores, or 31%, that were relatively closed because of, number one, they had to close it down again because of the pandemic. Second, because there's you have to understand this. Even if a store could remain open, but if traffic is not there, the cost of operating it would not make sense. So they closed also a bunch of their stores. So total stores that were closed as of February 10 in China were 342 stores, or 31% that were closed. Another thing that I'd like to mention is this: 40% of sales of Jollibee's biggest brand in China is called Yonghe King. It accounted for 76% of Jollibee's sales as of the week of March 30, and it was growing by 20%, comparing it from the same period from 2019. As of March 30, the temporary shutdown stores were 22, or just 6% of Yonghe King's total store count. So if there's an upside into all of this, there's an upside into Jollibee's brand. It's basically Yonghe King in the China region. But please remember, we are walking in different times. We don't know how long will this be. Jollibee also has other brands in China. Jollibee also owns Dunkin' Donuts. All of the Dunkin' Donuts in China, Jollibee owns them as well. Now let's move to North America, where I think that's where their biggest problem is. Smashburger, even prior to this pandemic, has been draining money for them as well. So Smashburger suspends its dine-in services uh, while while they still have, similar to what's happening in the Philippines, they still have takeout and deliveries, and similar to Jollibee, Chowking, and Red Ribbon outlets, which they all have in the US. So they're adapting a similar format similar to what's happening in the Philippines, delivery and takeout for Jollibee, Red Ribbon, Chowking, and also Smash Burger. So please remember, Smash Burger is one of their biggest hit. I let's see how this works for them, if their delivery model will be very, very good, and if they can pivot very, very well. And the closure of the stores, if it reduces their operational costs as well, but it gives them revenue. So I don't know if this is their chance also to close down really, really bad stores, which Jollibee, that's been their plan all along. I've said this in previous videos. The pivots that Jollibee will do uh, for Smash Burger is the really bad stores, they're just gonna close it down. And the ones that are really, really, really good, they're gonna maximize that. They're gonna streamline the menu. They're gonna remove items that are not selling, but they're gonna switch it and change it with the way, or they're gonna double down on the items in the menu that are doing very, very well as well. So it will be a marketing game for Jollibee. It will be how good can they let Smash Burger be known in the US? Because please remember this, there are other good brands in the US that are very, very popular. In the east you have Shake Shack, in the west you have In and Out Burger. So they have stiff competition, and if Jollibee pulls out from this very, very well, then it allows them, it gives them an opportunity to show how good of an entrepreneur they really are. That being said, let's go into the charts. By the way, we're in the 11-minute mark of the video. This is again, as you've noticed, for those who've been watching my videos for a very long time already, I've been switching my style. This is again podcast style. Comment below if you like this style. Comment below if you like podcast. Please comment podcast if you like this approach as well. Very, very raw, no edit, just me speaking, just me giving my thoughts and my ideas. And comment if you're still getting value from this as well. And again, super appreciated guys if you can press the like button. Pressing the like button allows more and more people around the world to see videos like this, and that's how financial literacy advocacy gets propagated even more as well to all of you. So I do hope you can help support this, because really the heart and the goal of why I create videos. I've been posting a lot of videos since the lockdown. It's just I really want to use this time for Filipinos to get educated in terms of uh, financial literacy, that you don't have to wait until the economy gets better before you start winning, that you can win in and of yourself by creating the skills that are required for you to be able to adapt to what's happening right now. So anyways, MACD showed us here that there's a change in direction. It denoted also in this area that, if you notice it, Jollibee started to build a base already somewhere here. What's so interesting about that is the base that it built was around 90 to around 109 slash 110 as its level of resistance. So 90 support, 109 slash 110 as its level of resistance. Couple of things that I'd like to mention from that though is Jollibee broke out from the 110 level just a couple of days ago, last Wednesday. That's why it closed at 120. Two things that's triggering this from a technical perspective. Number one is the breakout from the 110 level, which it formed the base now from March 19 to present, and it started to break out from it. So if you note this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you would still reference it no, na 5 days is a week, so you have like 3 weeks worth of market action that it formed the base there, 90 to 110 range. So what we're seeing right now is a breakout from this level from a short-term perspective. So here's what I do know. MACD is still confirming this change in direction. The candlestick, the breakout here is confirming that it now is clearing a new range, and it breaking out from the 20-day moving average is saying that, hey, Jollibee might have another bullish move up. Now, that being said, please remember the name of the game here. If you're analyzing stocks using technical analysis, the name of the game is to follow what the charts are telling you. And what the charts are telling us is this: 109 slash 110 is the new support. If it does not hold, then everything that I talked about over the past few seconds will be null and void, because it will just revert and go back to the original range here. So please remember, if there's one price point that you need to watch out for, it's the 110 price range, because the 110 price range is so significant right here, right now, because we have to watch over the next few days if this is a legit support, or what we saw over the past 2 days was just something that was fake, and we go back to the original range from where we were in March. Now, if the 110 level will proceed, if the 110 level will confirm itself and show itself as a new level of support, the next possible area where Jollibee could go is around the 163 level. If you'll add this 20-day moving 50-day moving average, you could say that possible target prices or possible areas of resistance for Jollibee will be around here. As you all know, for those who attended our Stock Smarts trainings, I always would mention that our resistance is not a price point, but it's basically a price range. So one thing that you could note is that the resistance for Jollibee is from 157 to 163. Should the breakout of Jollibee continue? So there's a possibility here. So people might be asking, why is the range so big? It's pretty much because Jollibee dropped massively. If you look at it here, the drop from this area was around 30% in just a couple of days. So when stocks fail to hold a certain support level, the thing about that and the narrative about that is, uh, when it fails to build its own support level or it just drops down massively, by the time it starts to reverse and by the time it starts to go up again, Jollibee or whatever stock you're analyzing, there won't be a strong amount of resistance also that will try to block it as well. So the possible upside, if it goes from 110 all the way to 157, it gives you a possible 43% upside. But if it goes all the way up to the 160 plus level, then it gives you a 48.7% upside as well. So that's how Jollibee will progress. That's where it could possibly go over the next few days. So this is from a shorter perspective. As you all know at the start, I mentioned the underlying factors that Jollibee is doing to help preserve cash, to help also protect them in this time of need. And this is how the price is reacting. As you all know, and I've been saying this all the time, in technical analysis, price, discounts, everything you need to know is found in the charts. Everything you need to know is found on what the technicals are telling us as well. And I do hope that you get something from this. No, and the reason why I do videos like this is, please remember, these are not stock picks, but these are stock analysis that you don't get the stock that I'm talking about, but you get the logic behind it, because that's what's important. That's what matters the most. The logic behind all of this is what's more important than me just giving you stock picks. Please remember, the reason why I'm making this channel is I'm not here to give you fish. I'm here to give you the ability so you can fish on your own, because that's what I believe in. You don't follow picks that people would say. You don't follow picks that I even would say. You have to follow your own. You take the principles from all of this and you use that principle so that you can trade. You use that principles, you combine it with your own risk tolerance, you combine that with your own capital, you combine that with whatever you have, technicals, fundamentals, your timeline, your time horizon, your risk management system, your portfolio management system, the cash that you're willing to deploy in the trade, and you develop that. You develop something that works for you, because that's where the power is. That's where it becomes strong. When everyone's telling you not to buy, but your analysis is telling you to buy, you follow what works for you. You follow your analysis. You follow what works for you. Better make mistakes from your own strategy than make mistakes listening to other people. Better make mistakes from your own ability to break down a trade than listening to rumors, listening to speculation, listening to the noise around you. Because I'll tell this over and over and over. There's so many styles in the stock market. There's so many techniques. There's so many uh there's so many genres on how you can make money. But what made people successful was them following the routine, the style, and the technique that fits them. And what I'm sharing to you is the way I would break down, I would analyze stocks from my own analysis, from my own point of view, from my own narrative, from my own biases. You need to figure out what works for you, because that's where the strength is. That's where financial freedom is, when you do you, when you do what works for you. Because if it was so easy, then everyone would be billionaires. If it was so easy, then everyone would be able to do it. Then everyone would have this platform also where their voices get heard. But it's not like that. It's something you work hard for every single day. And I've created so many videos on why I'm not so emotional about this. I've created so many videos that being in the markets for in being in the financial markets for more than a decade already, it gives you battle scars. But above and beyond battle scars, it also gives you that you've seen this happen over and over and over again. And being in it also for quite a while also, it teaches you that you only put money that you can only tolerate it. You only put money that you don't give in to greed, you don't give in to fear, you give in to an amount of money that will help you hit your goals. And if there's one thing that you get from all of that, I hope it's that. Because really, the heart of why I've been making videos is it's not really just it's I'm not here, I'm not the person that wants to be the best, I'm not the person who wants to be someone who's smart. I just want to be the person that makes a difference in the lives of people. And that's why videos in YouTube like this exist. That's why as much free content as I can give, I will continue to pump out more and more and more and more of it, because I want you guys to win. And that's the bottom line. So a couple of things before I proceed with this analysis. No, number one, if you guys have any other stocks that you guys want me to analyze, please put them on the comment section below. Hashtag stocks by request. So we'll make new videos on top of that as well. Next is, if you want to be part of, I've been doing vlogs with subscribers. If you want to be part of the vlog also, just comment, I want to be part of the vlog, and then put in your questions, and then we're going to make videos with you as well. Then if this video is something that's adding value to you, super appreciate it if you can like, subscribe, and share this to a lot of people. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I keep on pumping content no matter what happens is that I want this to be a new norm, that people talk about stocks, people talk about investing, that people talk about uh, this more than just trying to be entertained. That's why the lockdown learning playlist, stocks by request playlist, is there, because its main goal is really just to educate more and more Filipinos that financial freedom is something that you fight for, something that you also take the time to learn. Wag mo nang mainggit sa mga kaibigan na kumita na, wag mo nang habulin ang pera. Habulin muna paano kumita, habulin muna yung skills paano kumita, kasi that's what matters the most. And if you guys like this, hope you do, and I hope that the reason why I'm doing this also is I want to be part of the generation of Filipinos that made a difference. That when everything is said and done, when people say that what the Philippine economy got better, when Filipinos got richer, I want to be the person that says that I was right smack in the middle of all of it, that I was part of it, that I was part of the generation of Filipinos that helped make the country even better. Now, from a position trading standpoint, uh, this is where Jollibee is. If you notice it, it's still pretty much on a massive downtrend. Even the 200 and 100-day moving averages are still confirming that it's still in a downtrend. That's why, if you notice it, the style here it should always be this. If you are a position trader, you have a different style. If you're a quick trader, you have a different style as well. If you're an investor, you have a different style as well. So if you notice, the buy and sell signals and the hold signals and the avoid signals are different for investors, are different for dividend investors, are different for value investors, are different for growth investors, are different for investors who just want to position because the risk is lower and the upside is higher. The 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 signals also for position traders are different. The signals also for quick traders are different as well. That's why it's very very important that you follow your plan, that you follow your strategy as well. So that's it for now. Expect more videos tonight, and I hope you watch the videos also prior to this, because I've been making a lot of videos throughout this weekend as well. And by the way, guys, I have a second channel. It's called Stock Investing by DC. That's where all of the cartoons are right now. Super, super duper appreciate it if you could subscribe to that as well. The link of that second channel is in the description below. I also have online courses with Chinkitan called Stock Market for Everyone, and also online course with Shansi called Make Money Grow Money. If you want to attend the seminar with Chinkitan, just comment Chinkitan. If you want to attend the Make Money Grow Money course, a collaboration of entrepreneurship and investing with Shansi, just comment Make Money, Make Money. And then yun, books are available also, two links. One is via Shopee. Second one is my online store. If you want it to be delivered, if you're in the Philippines or in other countries, they can deliver as well. So there. I guess that's it for now. It's the 24-minute mark. Comment below if you guys stayed up until this time, if you guys stayed up until the end, podcast style, and I hope that you guys learned a lot from all of this as well. And by the way, I've been interviewing a lot of people. Comment below if you guys have any suggestions on people that uh, you want me to feature or interview in the vlog as well. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.